Good afternoon and welcome to another video that I'm posting on my channel. Now today's video has nothing to do with glow engines or the hobby at all, but it does have to do with tapping into the collective knowledge and experience of those that do watch my videos and my channel. And quite honestly, I'm not sure how I'm going to title this so that it attracts any attention, but today I have questions for you, the audience, subscribers, viewers, and even non-subscribers about something that I've seen for many years and I've been curious about, but I've never really had much direct interaction with, and that would be QR codes, or quick response codes, as that stands for. Now, in this country, it's a kind of a tough topic. I mail a lot of boxes, I get a lot of priority mail boxes, and they all have a QR code on them. And of course, if you hold your phone up to these QR codes, you can actively scan them because they have information in there that you scan, and most likely they're going to take you to a website. Now, I am a PayPal user. I've had a PayPal account for many years. My current financial institution, a credit union, uses Zelle to transfer funds to and from other people that have the Zelle application. So I have done Zelle transfers, or I've had money sent to me via Zelle, but not via a QR code, only because you can also have it sent to you through either your email address or your mobile number. But I'm specifically asking people that have experience using a QR code in an active capacity and not a passive. And when I say active and passive, I mean that you're scanning a QR code to get to a website or get information or a coupon code. Active, I think I just said that right, passive. Active, I mean that you're actually presenting a QR code primarily in the form of a payment. So have you ever actually presented a QR code to a vendor, a retailer, a grocery store, or anybody, person to person, and said, here, I am going to pay you for your goods and services using this QR code, and that QR code being linked directly to a bank or another source of funds. So that's what I'm curious about, is has anybody had the experience of doing that? I mean, I've used my phone to scan QR codes, and I have attempted to generate QR codes from both Zelle and PayPal, and say I had a PayPal balance, and I wanted to, instead of using the PayPal app or the PayPal function where I just say transfer to bank, I wanted to experiment with transferring it to my bank by having Zelle scan my QR code and vice versa. Well, it didn't work. And I believe the reason it didn't work is because those two platforms do not really communicate. So I mean, Zelle can, if you had a person with a Zelle QR code that said pay me and the other one said I'm paying you, then those would probably work together, likewise with PayPal. So there must be something embedded in that QR code that says, hey, accept only PayPal or other QR codes generated by PayPal or Zelle or whatever. What I'm curious about is, does anybody have any experience anywhere in the world doing cross-platform exchanges via QR codes? And when I was doing some research on this several months ago, about the only hits I found that spoke about making payments to vendors for goods and services actually came from India. All of those YouTube videos or sites came from India. Like, India is a country that is either way ahead of everybody else, and they're actively using, or their bank financial institutions can provide a QR code that people can actually use instead of having a card with them or whatever to pay for transactions. That's the means that I'm interested in finding out about. Now, I have seen point of sale or POS machines at various locations, at retailers and other locations in my local area. Aldi is a grocery store chain in this country. That's one of them. And the United States Postal Service also is another one that I've tried. Now, those two companies, service providers or whatever, seem to have the exact same vendor for their point of sale machines because their point of sale machines look identical. And I have noticed lately, and I'm going to put up pictures here, what I've seen, and I don't know if it just came into my awareness or if these were new upgrades, but I've seen on the lower right-hand side of these things another little eye, another little scanner thing. It's going to be on this side of the picture, that looks like a credit card rectangle with a QR code on it, and then there's an eye. Now, when I go to Aldi, I don't see any kind of software prompt that says, oh, here, use this. So I've never been able to activate that. Like the functionality, the hardware functionality is there, but the software support is not. Likewise, I went to the postal service and was just going to buy some stamps. I said, hey, what's this thing? I was asking them about that, and they're like, well, I don't know anything about it. I said, well, let's try it. Let's see if I can make a payment. I had funds on my PayPal account, and I was going to try and buy these stamps using my PayPal QR code and just holding it in front of that, and of course it didn't work. And the postal worker had no clue anyway. Even if it did work, he would have not known how to activate it. So that's what I'm curious about. Has anybody had any experience? And if you have, please comment or send me an email and detail exactly how you went about making a purchase or paying for goods and services using a QR code, and the vendor or retailer or whoever had a means to scan and interpret that information and extract the funds from it. So that's my video question for all of you today, and this is just one of those things where I have this audience and a group of people around the world, and I'm hoping to tap into this knowledge base and your experiences to see if you can assist me with something that's been on my mind for a while. So that's our video for today, and thank you very much for watching and for any of your comments or information that you can provide to me.